Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In this video, we will present about the Industry Code of Practice on Indoor Air Quality 2010. We are from Group 13. We are in 4 members, which is Firdaus, Iza, myself, Khadijah Hana, and Auni Najwa. Next, we move to the complaint and investigation of an indoor air quality problem. We go through for the complaint procedure first before the investigation procedure. Okay, for the first step is building owner or building management shall establish a procedure to deal with the complaint, like the documentation of the occurrence of complaints, like including the record of the signs and symptoms of employees or occupants discomfort or affected by the indoor air quality. And the second step is building management shall ensure that an investigation is conducted to ascertain the cause of the complaint, like the location of the source. Okay, the third step is a report prepared without delay. So the investigation process part, okay, it shall be the responsibility of the building owner or building management to investigate and concern about the indoor air quality when the complaint are received and when the occupancy in the space exceed the recommended number of occupancy and when there is the renovation part in the building are met. So here's the investigation process chart. Okay, first we conduct the walkthrough inspection, and then we ask, is there an obvious solution for the complaint that we receive? If yes, we notify the complaint and receive the complaint or implement the recommended solution for the complaint and follow up to make sure that the problem does not reoccur. And lastly, the report are met and the record are keeping. And if there is no obvious solution for the complaint that we receive, we conduct the IAQ assessment, follow up with the present assessment report to building owner. And if there is the obvious solution, we start to notify the problem and start to solve the problem and follow up to make sure the problem does not reoccur. And same goes with the first. Okay, we keep the record that we receive.
So we move to the control of indoor air quality. For the first one, the building's management is responsible to keep the workspace within an acceptable range. If the report finds that the indoor air quality is not acceptable, they must take an action within 30 days of receiving the report. They either removing the source of pollutant or limiting tobacco exposure and also stopping microbial growth and make sure that any microbial contamination is cleaned up. They also need to replace or repair any materials where the microbial growth has occurred. Next, the building management is responsible to make sure that there is enough fresh air ventilation for any air conditioning system, including the air cold split units.
Next is information, instruction and training. The first one is information. An employer shall ensure that all his employees are informed on the causes of poor indoor air quality and the adverse effect to health arising from it, complaint procedure, detrimental effect from environmental tobacco smoke and its contribution to the overall indoor air quality, modification or improvement to the poor ventilation system at the workstation, and last is findings on the assessment. Second is instruction. Employees shall follow all instruction given by employer with respect to maintain good indoor quality, in particular but not limited to the prohibition of smoke except at designated areas, not to tamper with MVAC system, not to store chemical material or equipment inside AHU AHU room or ducting, ensure fresh air intake is not blocked at any time or contaminated with undesirable and hazardous element, and to inform the employer of any discomfort related to indoor air quality. Third is instruction. First one is where an employer shall ensure that all his employees are trained on the content of this industry code of practice, identification of signs and symptoms associated with the illness commonly associated with poor indoor air quality and identification of poor ventilation condition and sign of deterioration in the air condition or MVAC system. Second, the training program shall be reviewed and conducted at least once in 2 years. Third is training program shall be documented and kept for inspection by Occupational Safety and Health Office. Next regulation is record keeping. First one is keeping of the record. All record that are generated under this industry code of practice shall be kept for a period of not less than 5 years except assessment report, which shall be kept in a period of not less than 30 years. Whenever the building owner, building management, and employer ceases to carry on business and no person succeeds him, they shall transmit the record required to be maintained to the Director General. At the expiration of the retention period for the record required to be maintained, building owner, building management or employer should give the Director General at least 3 months notice in writing that he intends to dispose of this record, and he shall transmit this record to the Director General if requested to do so within that period. Second is about record to be kept. Under this industry code of practice, record to be kept include complaint record, investigation report, assessment report include the result of indoor air contamination measures and training records.
So for the registration as an indoor air quality SSS, so what is different between each other is qualification, experience and training. It more eligible for consideration process of the registration to following the qualification, but it depend on the experience and training, not on the qualification, just on the qualification, but we need to know about the experience and training too. Okay, so the second is registration procedure, that the applicant must need to apply in the writing to be registered with a Director General, and he must follow a few of item. The first is about the copy of academic certificate. The second is about the registration, national registration, and the others lah. Alright. So the third is about registration validity. Registration validity is successful after the successful applicant register. So that have the minimum and maximum period, and the maximum period is 3 years. So from there we know the registration validity. And the last is about the renewal of registration, that must or need every applicant person to renew the registration with the Director General. That first, he need to show the proof that he had been engaged in the work activity, maybe by month, maybe by year, or maybe by week. And the second is he have the undergoing, continue the education. Okay, so far that's all. And for the conclusion, I give the 3 best of conclusion. Very simple, but I think the first is significant of IAQ standard that we need to follow. Like I thought, must follow the compliance, must follow the rules, must follow the regulatory fundamental or anything that we need to follow to. So this is the significance of IAQ standard lah. And we need to also have the education about it. And the second is about the adaptive code refinement for dynamic challenge. And the third is collaborative implementation and education for sustainability. So wherever we go, we need to have the good education and have a good social skill, because the best of person when he can maintain the professionalism plus in collaborative the implementation. So the conclusion is we need to be the best person, best education, and we can collaborative implementation and education for the long-term sustainability or the life sustainability. So that's all from me. Thank you.